Okay, question 19. So it says here are a list of ingredients for making 16 pancakes, and it says 120 grams of butter, 140 of brown sugar, 250 oats, 2 tablespoons syrup. So Jenny wants to make 24 flapjacks. How much of each of the ingredients will she need? So we're given 16, but we want to make 24. So essentially, if we have 24 minus 16 equals 8, so that means that for this set of ingredients, we're going to need another half as many to ensure we get 24. So that means that to make it, so add it with the 8, so that means half of 120 is 60 grams butter, then 70 gram brown sugar, then we have 125 grams of oats, and then 1 tablespoon syrup. Okay, so to work out 24 flapjacks, so for the butter, we're going to have our original 120 grams plus 60 grams, which equals 180 grams. Then next, for the brown sugar, so I'll just put sugar, we have 140 grams plus 70 gram, which gives us 210 grams. I'll write that out a little bit more neatly. And then the next one we have is oats. So we have 250 oats grams plus 125 grams, which will equal 375 grams. And then finally we have syrup, which will be 2 tablespoons plus 1, so put tablespoon. So let's fill out our answers. So 180 gram, 210 gram. Oh, sorry, it says gram there, so I don't need to do that. Sorry, force a habit. And then 375, and then 3. Question 20. Amy and Josh use a calculator to work out the following. So 595 divided by 4.08 squared plus 5.3. So this is Amy's answer, and this is Josh's answer. So one of these is correct. Use approximation. Let's highlight that word. Approximation to find out which one is correct. Okay, so let's look at 595. So let's approximate that to 600. So we'll round up. So this is a wavy line, about approximate. And then you can round. So if you've got 4.08, let's round it down to 4. So just 4.0. And then we've got 5.3. So let's round it down to 5. So if we combine all of those together and put them back into the equation, so we're going to have 600, 16 plus 5, which will equal 600 divided by 21. So we can now, as well with this one, round it down. So we can say 600 divided by 20, and then we can cancel that and cancel that. So we get 60 divided by 2, which will give us 30. So in this particular case, we can see that Amy, who said 27.1115, is correct. So Josh might have made a mistake somewhere in his calculations to get that decimal place one space further to the right. Okay, so the next question, question 21, says work out this question here in standard form. So let's write them out in standard form. So 0.06 in standard form is 6 times 10 to the power of minus 2. So basically if you revert 1, so 1, 2, so you'll have 6 and it's moved to the right twice, so that's why it's to the minus 2. And then 0.0003, so we have 3 times 10 to the minus 4, again because you can move it 1, 2, 3, 4 times to the right, so that's why you have a minus 4. And then for the bottom, the denominator will have 1 times 10 to the minus 2 for the same reason. Okay, let's put these all together in an equation. So 6 times 10 to the minus 2 times 3 times 10 to the minus 4. And then 1 times 10 to the minus 2. Right. So let's do the following. So we know our law of indices. So we've got, I'm going to do this separately. So we have minus 2 and minus 4. So minus 2 plus minus 4, because remember we're multiplying, so that gives us an addition, which gives us minus 6. And then we have minus 2. So because it's being divided, so you can say minus 2, so minus 2, which will give us 4. Rather, I should say it will give us, so that should be add, because minus 4. Shut that off. Okay, so let's compute 6 times 3. So 6 times 3 over 1, which are the numbers, so we get 18. So therefore, our answer will be 18. So if you combine those two, times 10 to the minus 4, and then we can write it out as 1.8 10 to the minus 3. Okay, so this will be our answer. Question 22. So work out 2 over 5 plus 1 over 4. Very simple. So LCM. So 5 times 4 equals 20. So we reduce the denominators to have a denominator, the fractions have a denominator of 20. So that means here we multiply 4 times by 2, 8 over 20. And then here we'd multiply by 5. So the numerator gets multiplied by 5. And then we add them together, 13 over 20. So 13 over 20 is the answer. So then it says write down the value of 2 to the power of minus 3. So because we have a minus, we know that it's inverted as the rule. So 2 to the power of 3. And then if we compute that power, so that will give us 1 to the power of 8. Okay. Question 23. So write 36 as a product of its prime factors. So this is going to be the prime factor tree, which we can utilize. So 36, so the first prime number is 2. So we have 2 and 18. Break this down further, 2 and 9. Now 2 doesn't go into 9 anymore, so next one is 3, 3. So then we circle all of our prime factors. We can write them out, so 36 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So this can be written as 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2. So our answer could be either or. So it could be either this one, or it could be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Either one of those answers will be correct. Okay, so it says Kiara is 7 years older than Jay. Martha is twice as old as Kiara, and the sum of their 3 ages is 77. So find the ratio of Jay's age, Kiara's age, to Martha's age. Okay, so let's start off by labeling them. So we can say Kiara is represented by K. Martha, we can say represented by M. And J represented by J. So what do we know? So it says Kiara is 7 years older than J. So that means that to get to Kiara's age, you need 7 plus J's age. To get, it says Martha, so that's the first one. It says Martha is twice as old as Kiara. So that means 2 times K, and the sum of their 3 ages is 77. So that's K plus M plus J equals 77. And what you see that we have here is 3 simultaneous equations. So now, since we have 3 unknowns and 3 simultaneous equations, we can use substitution and elimination to find our answer. So we can say, let's use equation 3, and you can do this in a multitude of ways, but what I want to do is I want to replace M and J in terms of K. Let's do that. So M can simply be written as 2K. Quite easy for us to see M equals 2K, so we can replace K plus 2K plus J equals 77. Now we know from the first equation that we have K equals 7 plus J, so let's take that to the other side, which will give us K minus 7 equals J. So if we come back here, we have K plus 2K plus K minus 7 equals 77. So how many K's do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4K minus 7 equals 77. So let's bring it up here. So if we take this to the other side, it becomes a positive 7. So we get 4K equals 84. I know the handwriting is a bit funny. So if we want just 1K, we divide by 4, which gives us 21. Alright, so we know that K equals 21. Now, since we know K equals 21, we know that M equals 2K. So M equals 2 times 21, which is 42. So M equals 42. And then all we have left is to say, well, K equals 7 plus J. So 21 equals 7 plus J. So take that to the other side. So we have 21 minus 7 equals j, which gives us 14 equals j. So that means, since we wanted to find the ratio of j to k to m, so j to k to m, well, we're going to have 14 to 21 to 42. Now here we can see that there are some common factors which will allow us to simplify. So thinking about our times table, I can notice that these are all in the 7 times table. So in 7, so let's divide them by 7. So divide by 7. So we'll get 2, we'll get 3, and then we'll get 6. So our answer, I'll write it in a different color, is 2, 3, and 6. Sorry for the messy handwriting, but hopefully that makes sense. Question 25. So it says ABCD is a parallelogram, EDC is a straight line, F is a point on AD, so that BFE is a straight line. Okay, so what's it talking about? So it says A, B, C, D. So that gives us a parallelogram, which is a fun thing to say, parallelogram. And then ECD, so you've got DC is a straight line, and F is the point on AD, so there's AD, and BFE, so that's B, that's F, that's E, so that's a straight line. So that's where they intersect at F. So it says that angle EFD, so you always see that the angle is referring to the middle letter, so EFD, and then DCB, so DCB is 75, so DCB, okay? So show that the angle ABF, so ABF is 70, so that's going to refer to this one here. So we want to show that this is 70 degrees. So give a reason for each stage of your working out. So let's think about this. So what do we know? So we know that, or rather what we can see is, using our knowledge of angles, well, if we want to find this angle here, we know that our entire triangle gives us 180, okay, for a triangle. So we need to find some of the values of these two here, subtract by 180, and prove that we get 70. Alright, so how do we do that? Well, we can see that E, F, and D equals 35. We know that this is the length of a parallelogram, and we know that this is a straight line also. So using one of the rules, we can see that angle AFB is going to be equal to 35 because it's a vertically opposite angle and they are equal. And then same thing for BAF. Well, we know that this is a parallelogram, as we've been told, so that means that this angle here is going to be the same as that angle there. So we can mark that also. So we said BAF equals 75 degrees. So here we said vertically opposite angle, and then here we said opposite angle in a, I'm just going to go parallel for short, so are equal. Right, so we've got those two. So we've got 70, so we have 75 plus 35. So we know that's going to give us 110. And remember that in a triangle, have 180. So 180 minus 110 gives us 70. Which means, if we look back here, our angle ABF is going to equal 70. And that is how you solve question 25. So remember your rules of angles and what corresponds to what. And then also the key, which is 180 degrees in a complete triangle. And then following your working out, you can prove your answer.